this is the same style of truck I had. I had an '82 extended hood A model when I got out of it and went to the railroad, and this is the only thing I'll have. I love my Kenworths. So.
Do you see yourself doing anything else at this time in your life, or
No.
would you change anything?
No. This is what I'm going to do till I die. So that's why I come back to it. So I told the wife I just wasn't going to finish my working career being miserable. So I come back doing what I love. It's going to be upset. I had an old guy tell me one time. He said, how do you word this? I can't remember how he worded it now. My worst day trucking, I still love my job.
Can you edit out the mud on the mud flaps?
Yes, I can. For you, yes.
I'm already recording for this video.
Come on.
Who are you? Tell people who you are.
I'm Emily.
Emily.
Spencer from Roadworks.
All right, because I've seen you at a couple shows,
Yes.
so if y'all are ever anywhere, where's the next show for Roadworks?
We're gonna be Iowa 80.
There it is.
Yes,
There it
next
is.
show.
Yeah, so now they're going to come just to
Now
see
they're
it.
gonna come.
There,
Come
that's-
say hi to me.
Hey, that's what it is.
Thank you.
That was your intro. You have a...
Yeah, just unloaded, Mel.
All right. We got the team here. What's going on, mother truckers? Welcome to the Asian My Show. I see this beautiful truck behind me, but before I could get to that, we got to talk to the owner. Introduce yourself, sir.
Richard Krause.
Richard, I'm telling you, we love trucking over here on the show. We want to know about your personal life and how you got into trucking and everything, the good, the bad. But before we can even get into that, maybe we could talk about this beautiful build behind you.
Yeah, it's 1983.
Yeah, let's walk it. Let's walk it.
They actually officially quit making them in '82, but this is a glider kit, and they had some '83s and '84s, and this one happens to be an '83.
Wow. So these days, knowing the way glider kits are and everything, this is a rarity.
Yeah. It's original paint, but I've rebuilt it from the ground up and left the paint original, but everything else has been redone and rebuilt and stuff. So.
Wow, that's amazing. I almost can I ask? Can we see what's under the hood? How it looks?
Sure.
You didn't know you're gonna be a big movie star today with the camera on you, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see this motor. What we got going on? So what we got right here?
It's a CAT. It's a C15. It's been updated. I took the old 3408 it had in it. It was wore out and needed a bunch of money put into it, and I just decided to upgrade it because I was going to run it every day, and put a little bit more modern motor in it and stuff, and does a good job.
We gotta see where the magic really happens. Look at that. Now, is this a true twin stick right here?
Yes, it's a 6 and a 4.
Because I know a lot of people have it just for fun.
I originally I like a 5-speed. I usually run a 5 and a 4, and I had issues with my 5-speed a couple months ago, and the 6-speed's my spare. So I got to rebuild my 5-speed and get it back in there.
I tell you, this is beautiful. It really is, So now we got to talk about it. How long have you been trucking?
Well, since I was a kid, and I took a hiatus for about 17 years. I got the bright idea that there was always something better out there, and I just got fed up with it because I grew up trucking and missed it, and kind of got into this one as a hobby, and just said to hell with what I was doing, and I wanted to go back doing what I love. So.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
For anyone that is thinking about getting out of trucking, what is usually the sign, the itch to get back in?
Well, I don't know, just the love of it. You miss it, and putting up with, especially owning your own, putting up with a lot of bull crap from, an employer and where you work and what I did. And what I did was a good job. It was a good living, but things changed, and it just got to where I was fed up with it and I wasn't happy anymore.
No, I heard that. I heard that. Sometimes you just got to do what you love.
Yep. And I grew up doing this just like a farm kid grows up farming, and it was time to get back to it.
I love it. How many generations in?
3.
3.
Yep.
So 3rd generation.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. And so when looking at this, there's a lot of people that are thinking about getting into the trucking industry. I mean, what are your thoughts? Any advice, prayer for them?
Yep, a lot of prayer. I don't know. I mean, it's tough. It's hard to get financing and get started on your own, in it. But, if you watch what you do and pay attention to what you do, you can make it. There's money to be made out there. Kind of get into something as far as a specialty, rather than just pulling around a dry van or whatever. There's money to be made if you watch what you're doing. It's a good living. But to me, I do better on my own than I would driving for somebody.
Oh, that's great advice. What's the characteristics of someone that would do better as an owner-operator versus company driver? Is there something that's usually in them that's a little bit different than just wanting to drive a truck?
Oh, a lot of common sense, I guess, and being able to work on your equipment, that helps a lot. With these shops nowadays, anywhere from $120 to $180, $90 an hour. You got to be able to work on it yourself, maintain it yourself as much as possible. I do my own tires. I built the truck completely myself, new frame rails, put the engine in there, everything. I did it myself. And not everybody can do that, but as long as you got some general knowledge and some common sense and can figure things out. There's a lot of things I don't know, but usually I can figure them out. If I don't know, I got good friends that can help me too, like Arlen, he's always been a big help to me, he's real great. Knowledgeable, and it's I don't know, it's good with money and being able to, work on your equipment yourself.
When you just touched on for a quick second, being good with money. I mean, what's the importance of saving money in this industry, honestly?
My outlook on it is, and it's not always feasible. I'm done raising a family. I kind of feel that if that motor goes down, it could cost me anywhere from $30,000 to $45,000 to go through it.
Right.
To me, if possible, a guy needs to have a good enough job to where he can get that and forget about it, and sometimes that's pretty hard to reach that goal. But you can't get $10,000 in your bank account and thinks, all right, what am I going to go buy? Because so much stuff can happen. You just gotta forget about it. Because things break and they get expensive.
No, I love that. At the end of the day, I appreciate you for the interview. Do you see yourself doing anything else at this time in your life, or would you change anything?
No. This is what I'm going to do till I die. So that's why I come back to it. So I told the wife I just wasn't going to finish my working career being miserable. So I come back doing what I love. So, and a lot of guys leave it because they get tired of it. And I did. Back then, and this is going to floor some people, back when I got out of it, what I did was I went to the railroad, to the BNSF railroad, and was an engineer on the railroad. And it was a good living. And I was close to where it was a plentiful job, and was bitching about, complaining.
Hey, we're truckers. You can say what you can.
Complaining about then $1.60, $1.70, $0.80 fuel. But now look at it.
Now it's something to really like.
Right, and I just was frustrated with other things, and it was a good job, and, retirement and insurance and all that, but at some point you just got to decide what makes you happy, and
so
is it worth
happiness
it?
Everything?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
People always chase money.
Yep.
What do you have to say to people that are chasing that?
I after doing what I did, I just feel that, if you're not happy doing what you're doing, but sometimes you got to make sacrifices for certain things too. Family, you got kids to raise, you got to do what you got to do. Sometimes it's not an option. But I just stress to find something you enjoy and stick with it. It's going to be upset. I had an old guy tell me one time. He said, "Let me see, how do you word this? I can't remember how he worded it now. My worst day trucking, I still love my job. You know,
That's beautiful.
I mean, he just, you know, it's what he's always done all of his life too. You know, and that's why I come back to it. So.
And you know, it's a lot easier when you got something beautiful like this.
Yeah, and this is the same style of truck I had. I had an '82 extended hood A model when I got out of it and went to the railroad, and this is the only thing I'll have. I love my Kenworth, so. But anyway.
No, I love that. You know, at the end, shout outs to anyone that has gotten you to this happiness in your life.
Oh, I tell you, you know, I got a lot of help when I was building it. Well, my wife, for one, Sheila.
Oh, yeah, don't forget her.
Yeah.
You might watch this.
Yeah, she's put up with a lot. She's always been behind me 100%. And you know, my friend Arlen that was over there that you've done an interview with before, we've been friends for 38 years, I think it is, going on now. And he's, you know, if I ever needed anything, he was always there to help. And I don't want to start listing because I know I'll forget, but I just got a lot of good friends that whenever I've needed anything and help with anything, you know, they've always been there. So
I'll tell you. No, I appreciate you.
Yep.
That's great. No,
You
thank
bet.
you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad, huh?
No, it wasn't too
I'll tell
bad.
you. Look at that. So what we're gonna do